Airport ramps are busy places. Planes need to get in and out of gates. Schedules need to be kept. Airplanes need fuel, passengers need food, and then there's baggage. Lots and lots of baggage. Ground vehicles don't sit for very long. Now you're about to see a collision on the ground. It was April 2nd, 2021. Two tugs collide. The one on the left, an electric tug driven by Aaliyah Payne.
I feel like there's kind of like not a day where I don't cry about it. It's still really emotional to me. It's just something big that happened, and I'm still learning to live with it.
When the two tugs came together, Payne says her left foot flew out of the side of the tug, which did not have a door, and was crushed in between the vehicles. Payne and her attorney provided us with these photos taken at Harborview. We can't show them to you clearly because they are very graphic. But they do show missing toes, exposed bone, and torn skin. After a month, doctors were not able to save it.
I was hoping that I would recover and that I would be able to walk again and I'd be mobile and I would still have my foot and everything. But the unfortunate outcome was that I had to have an amputation. The amputation took part of my leg as well as my foot with it, so it wasn't just the crush injury. I think that it's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I didn't expect this outcome at all.
This is a log of 321 incidents reported last year at Sea-Tac. Payne's was the only one classified as a major injury, defined as anything involving hospitalization, loss of life, limb, and eyesight. 12 injuries were classified as intermediate, meaning any injury that requires transport, such as an ambulance to a hospital. 29 are minor, defined as anything that did not require being transported from the scene.
These collisions, these results don't have to happen to workers at the airport. Furthermore, these collisions don't have to endanger the public that are using the airport.
Ray Bishop is Aaliyah Payne's attorney. She's filing suit aimed primarily at the Port of Seattle that owns and runs the airport. The crash that caused Payne to lose her foot occurred while driving around a curve created by a Jersey barrier designed to separate construction work on the new North Satellite from other airport activity. A chain-link fence sat atop the Jersey barrier covered by a blue tarp.
That corner was really, really blind. I didn't see anybody until the last moment. The way I reacted was the only way I could react because it was completely blind. You just see the blue tarp and that's it.
There was only one lane marked in paint on the ramp. The port says it was space limited. In these pictures provided by her attorney, the tarp has by this time been taken down and stop signs put up. Because this case involves litigation, the Port of Seattle declined our invitation for an on-camera interview, but they did provide information. They now have a full-time person dedicated to safety assurance on the ramp at the airport and have other employees keeping tabs on other companies on the ramp to make sure things are carried out safely. Sea-Tac provided this chart showing where incidents spiked in 2018. The red line toward the bottom is the number of major or intermediate accidents per 100,000 takeoffs and landings at the airport. The numbers have dropped somewhat from 19 per 100,000 to less than 17 in 2021. The upward yellow line is the number of cases that are reported, which the port says it is encouraging.
Our lawsuit is principally against the Port of Seattle. The Port of Seattle is supposed to have a non-delegable duty to ensure the safety of everyone at the airport, workers like Aaliyah and passengers alike.
But Ray Bishop is fighting a bigger battle, saying the port just can't shift the liability for these accidents onto airlines and ground service companies. He argued that in another tug accident where the driver was severely injured, taking the case to the state Supreme Court twice. The port says tugs are required to be mechanically limited to how fast they can go, such as 12 to 13 miles per hour. As part of his investigation, Bishop alleges the tug that collided with Aaliyah Payne was going closer to 16.
That vehicle should not have been on the port that day.
For Aaliyah Payne, it's been a hard year with no end in sight.
It's kind of a roller coaster. It goes back and forth. Grief is not a straight line, you know. I'm grieving the loss of my limb. I'm grieving the loss of my past self, of who I used to be and my old potential that I used to have. And I'm grieving all of that still. And it's not going to just be one day I'm good and I'm going to be good from here on out. It's one day I'll be okay and the next day I'm crying because I don't know what to do.
In Sea-Tac, Glenn Farley, King 5 News.